Hey YouTube, Unknown Gamer here, and as you can see, I'm doing there's an online Dynasty that I joined. It's flaming YouTube. Let's see if I can get in, because I always have this problem. And, crap. I'm not going to be able to get in, am I? I don't think I will be able to. Wait, I might actually be able to. Yes, and I do get in. And I'm using Navy. In case you did not know, the password is, playoffs, and it's flaming YouTube. All the stuff is lowercase right here. You see, he still doesn't have his game played in yet. I'm using Navy, and I changed the offensive playstyle because I don't know, I just can't use Navy's normal one, the triple option. It gets to a certain point. Oh wow, and this is a good Indiana team too. Crap, this Indiana team looks a lot better than the one that isn't with him. I think he has a new roster, and I must say this new roster team looks a lot better than the one that comes with the game. Because I was thinking it was going to be that team, and they're good, but their defense lacks. Since I know I've used them before, so I know how to attack their defense, and their main weakness is cornerbacks. But it was good enough to where if you got them for a year and you could keep everybody there, they would be really good. And 1 year later, here we are facing them. So that kind of gets me a little bit nervous, but I think we can still win. Let's see what we can do here with our first possession. As you see, here's the plays that we're being given. Oh, come on. There has to be there we go. I want a read option because I know their quarterback is, I forget his name, Rivers. Rivers is fast. And I know he's fast and he works really great for my offense. And oh no. But Indiana knew what we were running before we even did. And next week, after this one, we play Ohio State. Because we did do some... Oh my gosh, we got to catch the ball and hold on to it, guys. Why are we celebrating? We dropped the pass. I hate glitches like that in the game. You celebrate after a drop pass and stuff like that. It annoys me. And oh, there we go. And we get the first down, so at least we get something going on the first drive. We at least move the sticks, if anything else. But yeah, we're playing on All-American. You can only use 4-star or worse. And the other guy is using Georgia Tech. And I play him in week 13. And also my toughest games are Ohio State, Notre Dame, and him because he's a user. Users are always harder to play than the computer. So yeah, right now I'm just trying to. So far, now we're starting to get rolling. Now that we've calmed down, we've figured out how to beat this team. We did figure out how to beat them. We just got to get momentum, and once we get momentum, we cannot lose it on plays like that. We cannot lose momentum. And Rivers, he's a sophomore, so he'll improve next year, and he probably will end up being my starter. Because I'm not really going for a true bred quarterback. Maybe a few guys that could come in and take a few snaps and to throw people off and stuff like that, but nothing more than that. I wouldn't trust them with anything more. Just because they have their throw power is right around like high 70s. Oh, almost a pick right there. But we are taking some time off the clock here on this drive, which is something I normally don't do. Normally my first drive is a quick 7 points, and then we wait for the defense. But here, now the question is, what can we do? We can dump it off short to Sharp, and we get a 3rd and 8 here. So right now we're basically trying to line up for a field goal, make sure we at least get something out of this drive, because there's nothing worse than getting right by the 20 and then walking off the field without anything. And we also want to give our defense a little bit of some room, and Cobb gets stopped short, so it's now 4th and 5. And they want us to go for it. I didn't really get a chance to use our field goal kicker in practice. So I'm not going to have, I don't know if he can kick this far or not. But I do know, oh, and we turn the ball over on downs on the first possession. And right here, right around early in the drive, it took him about 10 plays, and then Indiana just broke one big against an all-out blitz. We were all-out blitzing on that run play, and they still broke it out for 63 yards, which is really embarrassing. I feel we should be able to do a lot better than that, but we didn't. Oh no! Oh, come on. His head was even going backwards. He was falling over, EA. If you watch the replay, I hit the quarterback, and yet he magically just glided through my guy. Come on, EA. You gotta fix that. So we go down 7-0 in the first quarter. Right here, about the time we start getting a good drive. This drive has actually been it's been a really good drive. Really nice and fast, actually. It hasn't been slow at all. Which I was actually thinking after the first drive we'd be having to go a lot more slow drive. And Yates gets into the end zone, so we answer right back after Indiana puts us down 7-0. We answer right back before the end of the first quarter and make it a 7-7 game. And with 27 seconds left in the first quarter, hopefully we can keep it like this. But man, this game gets me really nervous for what we have in the future. Because I think we're a good enough team. I think it's more just first game nerves. Because I always do worse in my first game than I do the rest of the season. Because in the national championship winning year with Arizona, first game we were in a dogfight with Penn State, and they ended up going 6-6. We were in a dogfight until the fourth quarter. So hopefully this game goes the same way. Hopefully I can actually change it here. But if anything, I have the ability to just be able to say this has been like all my first games. And right here, we actually got to stop right here. They got down deep on a few big plays, allowed them to get down deep, and right here they take the lead 10-7. But I think our offense is good enough to answer here and make it 14-10. I feel we're good enough to do that. We can answer their offense. And this game's looking a lot like what I thought it was going to be, which is a shootout. And the kicker just yanks Yates to the ground. Just not really what I wanted to see. I was hoping Yates was going to break that tackle. I didn't want to juke, though. I wanted to just see if we could outrun him to the spot. And then once we did, I thought we'd just run him over, but Yates didn't run him over, and Yates just gets destroyed right there. Back-to-back plays, Yates has gotten the ball and been but the first hit wasn't that bad. Second one, the hit he just took was a lot worse than the other one. Right here, you're seeing once again how we actually are making good drives here. And Rivers, if Rivers could have broken that tackle and stayed on his feet, that would have been touchdown city right there. And man, the main question right now is, can we come back and win this? I mean, not come back. It's not much of a comeback. And I didn't have much of a choice right there. We were running out of room and everything on that play. So just had to throw it out and hope that it didn't get picked off. Because I don't know the throwaway button, and I should probably look it up, but oh well. And oh my gosh, they took out everything on that play. They took out our lateral. I actually hit the lateral button without even looking to see the lateral guy, which is a big mistake. If you run an offense like this, you know that's a big mistake to not look at the lateral guy and hit the lateral button, because I've gotten screwed on that before. And this is actually, in case you did not realize, this is the same offense I run with my Arizona offline Dynasty. It's the same offense, so not the same ideals though. I'm running the ideals are completely different. I still want fast quarterbacks, but I don't care about the fast running backs as much. I'm more actually looking for power in an online dynasty. I look for more power backs than I do fast backs. And I'm starting to do that on my offline dynasty too with guys like Mike Rogers. You've seen a lot more power come into that Arizona team. And I'm kind of want to bring that same type of power here to Navy. And as you see, I told you, I knew we could answer. And we answer Indiana's score with a touchdown of our own. That right here, if we make the extra point, that puts us up 14-10. And right here, early on, right after the kickoff actually, we get the turnover from Greer. I think that's how you pronounce that. I think, yeah, Joey Greer. I've seen him, I saw him do some stuff earlier in the game. He made some key tackles and stuff, but nothing. He hadn't done anything like that. I thought he was a linebacker with all the tackles that he had been making. And oh my gosh, we've dropped so many passes already today. If we actually caught passes, we'd be up 21-10 right now. I feel we would be at least. And oh come on. And oh my gosh, a terrible pass right there. We really gotta work on our accuracy. Now the game's just telling me go into half with a 4-point lead. I'm not gonna do that though. I'm not one of those guys that was willing to go into half with a 4-point lead. Especially when there's a big lead that I could have going into half. And oh come on. You know what? I can't end on that. I have too much pride. I'm too much of a stubborn guy to really leave the field on that note. And right there, even with our backup quarterback, and we're still going to try and make a drive here. I don't care who's in. This team's mentality is not going to change based on injuries. Well, it will change a little bit here. I've never used Chambers in practice. I don't know why I didn't. I was a complete idiot and forgot to test out my kicker and my backup quarterback to see what he could do. But hey, we'll figure out right here. As he made a pretty accurate pass, it's just like I said earlier, we got to work on catching the ball. If we could catch the ball, this game would be almost in the books already. And Brock catches the ball and keeps it going. And actually, I got to really start getting that no huddle going, because this is something I wanted to bring to this online dynasty, was a little bit of no huddle play. And we haven't done any. This is the first time we've gone no huddle all day. And White keeps hold of the ball, and I'll use my second timeout right there. As now we're actually making a drive. The question is, can we get within field goal range? Because that's what I'm looking for, is field goal range right here. Another question is, how long is Rivers out? Is he going to be out for a little bit more than? Is he going to be out for the game, or is he going to be out for this drive? He's out for the game with a concussion. So now we'll see Chalmers in for the rest of the game. Which, like I said, I have not used him at all in practice or anything. And he gets the first down. And right here, we're running no huddle here. Like I said, I don't know my kicker's range. So I'm just trying to get to where I think anybody can get it. And Brock gets it down there inside where... This is great, where I feel comfortable kicking a field goal. If I can't feel comfortable kicking a field goal here, then we need a new kicker. We'll run hitch corners, try and get something going real quick here. Oh no! Get him. Brock tries to bring him down. We cannot bring him down, but that was an easy field goal to put us up by 7. And I just stupidly held X because I assumed that he would be open. Just assumed, because I saw a guy drop back into coverage on Y, so I just assumed that they had to leave Brock wide open, but instead they actually cover him better. They had a guy all over him the whole time. They had 2 guys over there. I didn't realize it when they lined up. But now we'll go into half with a 14-10 lead. Right here, as you see, they're coming down they're driving down the field after that pick. They're taking up a lot of clock too, and it's getting me kind of nervous. And they run and Greer's the only guy that sees that the quarterback had the ball. Greer does not realize that. We are looking at a completely different game. We're looking at a 17-14 lead for Indiana, and like I said earlier, we're missing our starting quarterback for the rest of the game, and that's a big deal for us. And Indiana takes the lead. And this has been a low scoring game. And man, if I don't throw that stupid pick right there, we're looking at least, like I said earlier, at least a 17-14 game. We know this was off the kickoff. Yes, they burned 3 minutes off that clock. For some odd reason, I thought this was off the pick. I forgot that they took that after the pick. They went into halftime on a high note. But now they come out of half and we're down again. We should be up if you look at the stats. Almost all the stats favor us except for plays. Other than that, we should be winning this game. And instead, we're down by 3. As we went for the quick response, trying to take the lead back really quick, our starting running back, forget his name, Williams, went out, but he's back. He'll be back soon. Yates is now running here, and Chambers, this kid is like Cardale Jones. He will run people over just like him, and that's why I like using this kid. So hopefully, I might actually bring him out every once in a while. And his throwing ability isn't half bad. That one pick was purely me. So we might do a little bit of 2 quarterback sets, which I feel that'd be awesome if I could bring out some 2 quarterback blitzes, 2 quarterback packages, especially against users. That'd be when I'd use it most, because then you don't know what to prepare for. You can't bring an all-out blitz because I might have Rivers, and Rivers has the speed to get out around it, and you couldn't just sit back in coverage because Chambers has the power to just truck you. And also, I feel our line's good enough to where I have time if I can drop back and pass, and both of them can throw the ball decent. And right as we toss it out to Butler, Butler gets hit just short of the line. Come on. We just gotta punch this one in. So we can take a 4-point lead here, and we have Williams back for this play. And let's see, Williams punches it in, and we go up 20-17. And if we can as long as we get the extra point, we'll go up by 4 with 4 minutes left in the game. Now the question is, can we hold off Indiana's offense? And today, the story of the game has been turnovers. As Indiana fumbles the ball, I'll show you the play real quick. I actually I wasn't expecting anything big. I thought it was a run play, and then they audibled. And the second they audibled, I stayed in man coverage. But right here, as he gets the ball ripped loose, we fall on it, and now with 4 minutes left, we have the ball on their 36. So we don't need a lot of yards before we can really get before we're in field goal range. And also now I can burn clock and possibly get a field goal that would make it a touchdown game. And if Joe Williams keeps running the ball like that, we could very easily take a lead. And this would be big, because this would be a win with our backup against a Big Ten team. And I know Indiana isn't the best Big Ten team, but they're still a Big Ten team, and that's still a Power 5 conference school. And right now we're just going to keep running the ball, running clock, and this is truly what the game's coming down to. The game's down to just pure who's stronger in the trenches, and I'm loving it when games come down to this, because I feel we are we're a team that's better prepared for games that are won in the trenches. I feel like I honestly do believe that we are a team that will win games when they're played down in the trenches. Because I've already said, I think we're stronger than people. I think this Navy team is a much stronger team, and I know they're mentally strong. We're very strong mentally and physically. And that's the difference between us and Indiana right now. Is Indiana, feel like they're trying to push the ball a little bit, and they were hoping that they would catch us off guard. But the whole time I was prepared for that one deep pass. That when they threw, we actually got in the backfield and forced a fumble that right now looks like it could be the decider in the game. As now it's just all about milking clock, possibly putting up 7. If we put up 7, I feel it's game over, because then they have to get because it'll be a 2-score game then. And also burning clock, 2 minutes, 2 scores. They have to go to the air, and we've been pretty decent against the pass today. Other than a few big plays, we've been good against the pass. And actually, 2 touchdowns. One of them was created just because they had a really good deep pass. But now right here, this puts us up 28-17. They now need a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a field goal just to tie the game. The game on the line. The question is, can Indiana keep the game alive? Can they really do what they need to do? Can they finish this drive? Because this drive, of course, it's a four-play drive now. This is 4th down territory. It's 4th and 16, and a minute left. This is the game. If they get this pass complete, they still have a good chance. So I'll run 3 double buzz, a play I've never ran before, but basically we're dropping everybody back in coverage, and just hope. And we're even gonna back off even more. Everybody's back in coverage, just trying to prevent a good play, and that's how the game will end. That should end the game, and yeah, like they said, it ices the game. They have no way that they can come back now. But you would literally have to hand them the game. Especially when you have that many yards to go. And this is how the game will end. Will be with Williams running the ball on a power O. And and Williams breaks the run. And this won't be the last play of the game, because we are now just making this game look a little bit more like a blowout than it was. Because this game, until there was 2 minutes left, right around 2 or 3 minutes left, 3 minutes left, they started to lose the game when they fumbled it. The game started to become a lot harder to win. With 2 minutes left, we put another touch. Made it an 11-point game, and it was going to take a lot of luck. Now it's done. There's no way you can come back now. When they had the 4th and 16, it was going to take a miracle, and everybody knew it. That it was going to take a miracle for them to win it. Now it's going to take a miracle plus some. And with 35 seconds left, it's all about dropping back now. And like I said earlier, this Navy team right here, what did we show today? We proved to everybody that we are physically and mentally tough. We can handle whatever you throw at us, because our defense didn't do the world's best job. Our star player and our quarterback went down with an injury, and yet we still end up winning. And we hit another pick to make it 41-17, and we proved that we don't give up. Even if we're up by a lot, we don't care. We're not going to give up. And this just proves that this Navy team, this is the start of something. And this team has an amazing foundation, and I knew that when I came here. I knew this team had a foundation that was good. And now it's just more of this, we're better than what people think attitude, and I love it. This team's going to, and they almost fumble the kickoff. And now it's all about just making sure that they don't get a touchdown. I don't want this game to look any closer than what it is. I I don't want this game to look like what it truly was, because it was truly a tight game, but because of we never gave up, and there were a lot of points in this game where we should have truly, if Indiana would have been a little, if they wouldn't have relaxed, they would have won the game. They could have won this game and put it into it in the third quarter. But simple mistakes, fumbling the ball, turning the ball over, which I'll admit we had one turnover today, and it only would have been another touchdown. So we easily could have ended this game. We could have ended this game a while ago, made it a lot harder, but also they had a lot more chances to end this game, or at least keep it tight. But turnover on downs too, and bad blocking. Really, if it was something that you shouldn't do in a tight game, it seemed like it happened for Indiana today. They had some bad blocks, interceptions late in the game, and they were one-dimensional. But here we go with our backup quarterback. We beat Indiana in the first game, and like I said earlier, with our backup quarterback, who actually, if you watch it, he made quite a few plays that won us the game. But Joe Williams, he deserves all the credit he gets, because he had 4 touchdowns in that game, and he was a key, and he had the big run at the end that gave them the ball again. Yates deserves some credit too, because he had a lot of returns that set us up in great position. If we can take the fourth quarter from this game and play like that against Ohio State for the whole game, it will be one heck of a game. But the problem I have with us against Ohio State is they have us outclassed. They have a much better all-around team than we do if you look at the stats and everything. I think they still have Braxton in this one. I'll actually check that right now. We'll check and see if they have Braxton and see what level, not what level, but what they look at like as a team. But I'm just happy with the fact that we beat Indiana like we did, and the not giving up mentality. We were down by I think 3. Backup quarterback in. Star player goes down. Backup quarterback comes in. We start making a drive. We score. Then we go back down by 3. And after we go back down by 3, our second star running back gets hurt, and now we're down to backup quarterback and backup running back, and we still end up winning the game. That says a lot about the team, if you ask me. Actually, let's see what Georgia Tech. I look at Ohio State, and I want to see what Georgia Tech looks like. Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, this is not a real name roster, so these names are not going to be real, but this is a current roster. I didn't think that they had... Oh, there's a different roster. There's a few different rosters, but this is not a current roster. This is the current roster that you get when you get the game. He doesn't have a real name roster, but ooh, they are missing Carlos Hyde. So yeah, I know what this team looks like. I know how they are. Actually, crap, I forgot to check Georgia Tech. We'll see what Georgia Tech looks like now. And then that will be the end of the video. Will be once we see what Georgia Tech, what their team looks like. Are you serious? I can't even see what his team's overall is. Can't see not overall, but who's on this team. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. His team has a much better overall than mine, but I think we can still beat him. We both had 2 good sophomore quarterbacks. He has a good running back, a good fullback, really good. Wide receivers, ooh, that's where he lacks this. He doesn't have the world's greatest wide receivers, but I think they're young. Yeah, he has a young wide receiver core. Pretty good team all around. It looks pretty average, and he should be able to do really good with it. Defensive tackle, I have an idea of how to get some of those other defensive tackles out of there and get his starters out. I know I'll wear them down. I'll just wear out his defensive tackles, and that'll help me a lot, because he doesn't have a lot of depth there. Cornerbacks, he's very stout at cornerbacks. Free safeties, he's stout there too. This kicker and punter, though, is where he lacks. So I will probably be trying to... And I don't think we have bad punters. Let me check real quick. I think I'm up here too, aren't I? No, I'm not. Okay, so I have to go all the way back down here. But I want to see what my punter looks like, because I'm pretty sure we have good punters. Yeah, our punter's decent. I mean, we should be able to switch field position pretty good. Something else I wanted to check is not Stuckey. Oh, Greer is a senior. I was hoping he'd be like a sophomore or something, because he actually made a lot of key plays in that game that not only won us the game, but a lot of times actually kept us in. But like I said earlier, the name of it is Flaming Minecart, and if you want to join, just search Flaming Minecart, all lowercase, and the password is playoffs. And if you have problems after that, message right here, this account, Primetime Bama. I'll actually show it to you in a much better fashion, as I have to block out all the other ones. Actually, I'll check real quick. Yeah, it's all caps actually. I didn't know if it was all caps or not. So it will be Primetime Bama, all capitals. And that's pretty much it for this, for the video today. If you guys want to see more of this series, tell me. If you're not really interested and you don't care about the online Dynasty, please still join it. If you care about it but you don't want to see me upload it, tell me and I won't upload it then. But I would like to see some of you guys in it. Until next time, like, comment, and subscribe.